All right, welcome this new moon in Virgo, new beginnings, August 23rd, 2025. It's coming up this weekend. It's going to be a big one, okay? It's a prelude, I think, to what's coming for the eclipse season next month in September, and we're going to talk all about it. I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with the chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies, and you can learn more about me at my website, www.themoontree.org. All right. What is a new moon? It's when the sun and moon are together and they're shaking hands. It's dark. When you look at the moon on a new moon, it's dark. But it means a new beginning. It often starts off the new zodiac. So in this case, because it's a new moon in Virgo, it's right when we're starting Virgo season, right? Getting out of the Leo, getting into the Virgo season. And this new moon, as we can see here in the chart, it's at 0 degrees, very beginning, right? Another beginning, like if you know Tarot, the Fool card, the 0, very beginning of the deck. It's the beginning of the journey, Fool's journey, we call it. And the Fool goes through a journey, right? And he starts at the 0, taking a leap of faith, starting something fresh, starting something new. But this isn't just a fresh chapter. This is like a fresh book for most of us, and we've already been feeling it. And a lot of us have been, letting go of something, and it has been difficult. And this could be home changes, relocation, spouse partnerships, letting go, right? Now, I want to talk about this because the sun and moon together, new moon, 0 degrees, starting something fresh. Not only that, but the south node is in there, as we can see. South node looks like a horseshoe upside down, like a U, and that means letting go too. That's like, I feel like the purity of Virgo. Virgo is a sign that wants purity, wants cleanliness, wants organization. That's why Virgos, if you know any of your Virgo friends, they like to organize, and they like to have lists, and they like to have things set right in a certain way. And Virgo, when you look more about Virgo and the emblem, and like the person, it's a woman and she's a virgin. It's about purity. And then often there's like the corn, or the wheat, I should say. It's harvest. There's the scythe, cutting away, harvesting. And that's, when we get the back to school, because Mercury, the planet of thinking and knowledge and talking, runs Virgo. So there's a lot of this back to school vibe as well. Lots of the harvest. But I can always tell, like even right now, you can tell the nights are getting chillier here in northern Alberta. And you can tell Virgo season's just around the corner, right? And it's in a few days here. But that south node, letting go, it's a prep energy, preparation. And depending on where it is in your chart, and I will be doing Aries to Pisces, just wait for it, okay? We're going to get there. But this is a lot about decluttering something in your life, whatever that means, and starting fresh on a new way that's better. Because Virgo likes to improve. Virgo is also service to others. How could we better serve others with our gifts? So basically the energy here, we've got starting a new thing, decluttering things, removing toxins, home changes, relocation. There's a fresh start somewhere in our lives, and there's a little difficulty there. There's some restrictions because Saturn and Neptune and Uranus, like a lot of outer planets, are doing stuff with this whole new moon and getting involved, we'll say, on the stage. The zodiac wheel, we could think of it as a stage. And we could think of all these planets inside as the characters. And then we could think of the zodiac signs that they're in as the outfits they wear, right? But anyways, if we look here, we can see one thing I noticed a lot of is Uranus is involved. And Uranus brings a lot of unexpected changes and revolutionary changes and kind of poopy changes sometimes that we don't necessarily want. But the universe knows we need them. It's a shock. It's right? It's upsetting. It's unsettling. And it could be unexpected events that may seem not great, but in the end, it actually ends up being a good thing. Now, Saturn is sextiling Uranus. This is a nice thing. This is a nice energy to take from it. it's nice but not nice, I guess. I wanted to say, because Saturn is in Aries and it's retrograde and it's at 0 degrees. It's funny because Saturn wants us to be very responsible and be able to be responsible in our go-go juice, like how we do things and going for it with Aries energy. But it's being restricted. And there's a lot of going inward within us. Like, a lot of changes are happening externally, but most of it is internally. So if we can get the internal stuff good, meaning that we're in tune with our desires, we're aligned to a better place in our video game, right? Like, we're trying to strive for more, and we're reflecting on things that have happened maybe in the past, and we learn from them. Saturn likes it when we look at things and then learn from them and maybe not repeat the same patterns. Uranus wants to jolt us out of any patterns. If you've been caught in a 5-year pattern and you feel like you're in a feedback loop, like the 8 on its side, and you can't get out of it, it's always the same thing over and over again, and you feel like my life sucks because it's always the same over and over again, right? Well, Saturn asks us to look at why that is, and Uranus says, let's get you out of the funk. So I think the focus is using Virgo energy to better ourselves, because Virgo loves self-improvement. How can we better ourselves? Little steps in something. And it could be creating a little budget. It could be creating a plan with ChatGPT to save up for a down payment on a house. It could be talking to ChatGPT as well. And I say ChatGPT because Uranus is in Gemini, and Uranus loves technology, and Gemini does too. And it just matches because the cryptocurrency, I'm going to talk about cryptocurrency stuff too in a sec, but there's a lot of this AI help that we can get, if that makes sense, like assistance, right? So that's why I say talk to ChatGPT or Google it about like creating some kind of improvement plan. And it doesn't have to be change the world. It's just little step, right? Maybe it's like, school's coming, I'd like to create a cool meal plan. I only buy a certain amount of groceries a week, and then I can make like different kinds of meals with those groceries only. And ideas, right? Ideas, because Gemini, Uranus loves the ideas. And it's at Uranus and Gemini is at 1 degree on this new moon too. So that's a new beginning, number 2. There's lots of zeros and ones here. And the train just went off. New beginnings, right? With a focus on bettering ourselves. Self-improvement. Now, when we talk about new moon in Virgo, the Mercury planet runs Virgo. It's its ruler. Now, Mercury is the messenger. It's the talking. It's the head stuff. It's mental. It's learning. It's messages. It's communication. And so we can glean some of that bravery, because Mercury is in Leo right now, and Leo's brave. It has a light. It's run by the sun. We can glean some of this Mercury in Leo in our auric field. We can grab that, absorb that. It's absorbing the sunshine. It's absorbing confidence. It's absorbing the yellow solar plexus chakra energy. So get out your yellow stuff, okay? All about the chakra stuff. The yellow citrine, the yellow aventurine, the bergamot, the lemon for your essential oils, and all that yellow stuff, right? We're going to grab that and bring it in for bravery and some sunshine during this Virgo new moon, new beginnings. And some confidence. That's the main thing, because what's happening in the chart here on this new moon is there is a lack of confidence. It's restrictions. It's life might feel quite unsettling for some, or that bad things have happened, and then that makes you feel less than. That makes you feel less confident. So we have to look around our chart to see, well, where can we grab some of that in our lives? So Mercury's in Leo, and Mercury runs Virgo, so we want to see what Mercury's doing. And Mercury's in Leo. This is great. Let's grab some Leo vibes. Could be a good time to hang out with your Leo bestie. to grab some nice Leo energy, right? The sunshine, the bravery, the confidence, the courage to take this leap of faith, to go through these sometimes harsh changes that we've been going through. The motivation. Mercury is going to be 12 degrees too, and I always look at numbers. Numbers are the basis of all. Astrology, numerology is key. Now, 12 degrees, 1 + 2 = 3. That's a 3 energy. 3 is communication. Mercury loves the 3 number because the third house in astrology runs Gemini, and Mercury also runs Gemini, and that's communication. There's just a lot of communication with the 3. A lot of networking, a lot of collaboration, not being a lone wolf, leaning on others. The 3. Merging, blending, growth, right? 3. Can also be a little bit about the throat chakra vibes in here. Communication, and a little bit of the love vibes too, with the lungs and the breasts and the heart chakra. Giving, receiving love, expressing love, talking with your friends about things you love. Optimism. That's going to definitely help during this new moon in Virgo. Now look at the chart here. There's a triangle, and do you see how those green lines, it's pointing here to the Neptune and Saturn in Aries. And see, Neptune and Saturn are both retrograde. They're going backwards in a way, like they're thinking. They're not really going forward. They're reflecting. And they're not really doing, it's all inner work right now for us. This is, what do I need to change in my life? With this Virgo energy, this new beginning, this new book that I'm literally writing, right? You're writing the new book. It's like, start small, create small little plans, create small little ways you can improve your life in whatever way that is. How can I have more fun in my life? How can I save more money or make more money? And for example, I just created an extended video for this new moon for cryptocurrency lovers like me, and for stock lovers, to see what this new moon's doing, because I do think it's a prelude to a drop coming. Based on old charts and that from the past, we can definitely see patterns with crypto, and we can see that during eclipse season, I think that's when we're going to see a big drop. So right now everything's high and everybody's skimming off the top their profits, like I did for my vacation. I skimmed a lot of profits and it was great. But I do not want to lose, 80% of my crypto and stuff like that if there is a big drop, which I think is coming. So I tell you what I do to put safety around my, like an insurance policy, we'll say, around my cryptocurrency and my stock market stuff, stocks and bonds and whatnot. So watch that extended video. You just have to become a member. I think it's like $3 or $4 a month or something like that to watch my extended videos. So if you're interested in that. But Neptune and Saturn being in Aries, because Aries wants to go forward and be strong and let's be brave and let's work at it and let's go. But the planets are in retrograde. They're like, whoa, no, we're going for a nap here. We're reflecting on the past. We're not doing much here. This means that it's more of an inner time. Not so much external, looking externally out of yourself, but looking inside. What can I change? What do I need to change? But it can be small, just small things. So with that, let's see what small things we can change based on your chart, Aries to Pisces. Now, when we start this, I like for you to look at your sun sign, your moon sign, and your rising sign too, if you know your time of birth. So for this reading, we will be using astrology for Aries to Pisces, as well as our cards. By the way, this is the last week of our summer sizzler sale. Okay, both decks for $20 plus shipping. That's a really good deal. And we do this every year, but it's almost Virgo season. And so we're just finishing off Leo season, sunshine, Leo, and summer sizzler sale is almost over. So get in while you can before the timer runs out. All right. And we'll be using these. So let's see for Aries. Okay, let's start. Aries rising, those with their moons in Aries. What is this Virgo new moon? coming on August 23rd, this weekend coming up. What does it mean for you? Okay. Remembering that this is a prelude to September's eclipse season, this is a big ripple effect. So whatever's happening right now may just have a small impact, but then later it'll develop into bigger impact as we get into eclipse season, okay? So this new moon in Virgo, Aries, is in your 6th house. This is of your day-to-day routines. So what could you do to start small? Like what kind of things? Well, it's about health. You gotta manage your health, Aries. That's number one. Your mental health and your physical health, especially stress. Everything's asking you, Aries, to slow down and take a breath. You've been through a lot, and there's more to come. And because there's a lot of planets in retrograde right now too, and Uranus is trying to shake you out of something, and I do believe for a lot of Aries people, it is about slowing down, because Aries wants to go, go, go. And that's fine. You're the leader. You start off the Zodiac. You're meant to lead, and you're meant to be a trailblazer. I totally get that. But Aries, here's a time where we ask to balance, right? We need balance. So we need to balance. And this could be, what are we eating? What are we using food as fuel? This could be like, how's our day-to-day life? How could we make it more efficient and better? And also definitely, how could we relieve the stress? What things relieve stress for you? Do those. It could be, I think the best thing for you, Aries, is to get out in nature and get grounded. Hug a tree. Walk barefoot in the grass while we're still in summertime, right? Summer, fall time. Every day. Get grounded. Epsom salt baths, baking soda baths if you don't have Epsom salt. And just Google grounding myself, okay? All right, Aries, let's pull some cards for you too for this new moon in Virgo and see what we can see here. The sun, success. So success is there for you, Aries, and maybe you haven't felt that way in all ways, but it will come, but there is a little bit of work to do. And this can be, some of you, it can be success at a new job too, because the 6th house can be the work, like how you work, or your co-workers and stuff. So there is success. This can also mean, make sure that your vitamin D levels are high, even if it is summertime. Could be a good time to go to your homeopathic doctor and get your vitamin D levels checked. And I do recommend homeopathic doctor for that. And just get out in the sunshine, have fun, play. That's good, having a little bit of fun through a stressful time as well. So that can be something to think about. Okay, Aries. All right, Taurus rising, those with their moons in Taurus. This new moon in Virgo on August 23rd is asking you to find the joy and do something creative, new beginnings in your joy. And for some of you Taurians, this is a new beginning in pregnancy, because the 5th house can mean children. So it could be like if you're too old to have kids or whatever, or you're not able to have kids, it could be a new project, and it could be, if you're a grandparent, another grandchild's going to be coming, or you're going to be hearing about that. 5th house can also be romance. So for a lot of you Taurians, this could be unexpected changes in your romantic life, an unexpected meeting perhaps. And this is all about having fun and finding hobbies, right? And little sports, maybe softball team, volleyball team, that kind of thing. Being creative, getting into painting maybe, or creations of some sort. So Taurus, I like the 5th house for you. That's always the fun house, I call it. And there can be some luck there in games of chance. So here, Taurus, let's see for you. What could we see here? And we've got cutting, making decisions, and also about the health, okay, the tree. So making decisions about your health. It could be mental health as well, meaning that we want to have more fun. How could we have more fun to relieve the stress levels and have more fun? Okay, Taurus, so that looks good indeed. Gemini rising, those with their moons in Gemini. We've got this new moon, new beginnings, fresh slate, something to do with your real estate or your home and family, or the way things run in your house. There could be some big changes in your real estate or where you live. Some of you Geminis may be thinking of buying or selling property here as well. It could be unexpected changes there. But this is a really good time, Gemini, to use the Virgo energy to just declutter, get rid of stuff, have garage sales, all that kind of stuff. And there can be some new events if your parents are still alive, something with the parents as well, and kind of this going back to my roots energy. So we'll see what that's all about. Okay, Gemini. Now let's pull some cards for you. We've got the time, and we've got the mountain. So with time, the obstacles will reduce, if whatever that means in your in your life. And in some cases, this combination can be a long time, or there's a long delay in something you've been waiting for when it comes to home and family and real estate and ancestral and roots and stuff like that as well. But in any case, this is a time of being patient, and maybe just reflecting on ways to get around the mountain, around the obstacle. Okay. Cancer rising, those with their moons in Cancer. This new moon is in your third house. This can mean new beginnings in your direct neighborhood. Maybe new neighbors, community vibes. Maybe you're getting more involved with your community, or branding and marketing yourself within your community, and somehow maybe gaining new colleagues or meeting new people, stuff like that. It is a busy time. Some of you Cancerians might even be getting a new vehicle, or selling or leasing the vehicle as well. The third house has a lot to do too with learning, maybe taking a course or teaching a course, something like that with learning vibes. But it is a busy time. It's very social, and use this to your advantage, Cancer, to market yourself, brand yourself, get the word out, do more podcasts like this, do more videos, things like that. I'm a Cancer rising, Cancer moon, so I'm totally taking advantage. I was kind of like a little bit during the summer not doing much with the YouTube, I know. But, I'm getting back into it now, and maybe that's because, we're entering in this new moon in Virgo in our third house of publishing, broadcasting, media, social media, all that stuff, communication vibe, the 3 energy. Okay, Cancer. And we have key solutions, and that looks good. Look, double 3, 33. Yeah. So we've got the solutions here. New solutions and new aha moments for us. And it could come through our brothers and sisters as well. Siblings is a third house energy thing. Yeah, a lot of us Cancerians might be more involved with our siblings too, and helping them and supporting them in some way. But new solutions, new aha moments. And this can be literal new keys to something, like maybe a vehicle or an RV or a hippy dippy van that we're going to go across the country with, or whatever. Who knows? But there's solutions there to be had. And this is a yes card, kind of like go for it, Leo rising, those with their moons in Leo. This new moon in Virgo is really affecting your second house of your money, your resources. So for a while here, you're really going to be having some money changes in some ways. Good, bad, neutral, I don't know. Just money exchanging hands. Maybe it could be buying new things, selling new things, having alternate sources of income. And it is a good time to look at your portfolio as well, and maybe watch my extended video on the cryptocurrency stock market predictions here for the eclipse season and for this Virgo new moon, Leo. All right, so money's on your mind, Leo. New beginnings in finances in some way. And remember, Virgo wants to organize. So organizing your finances, making a budget, knowing where the pennies are going in and out and all that, right? Good for you to organize that, Leo. For stability, look, the anchor card sale. Yes. And this is 35. 3 plus 5 equals 8. You're on the second house, which is across from the 8th house of your other money. You're on the money line here, Leo, and this is, 3 plus 5 equals 8 too, and it's security, stability. So I am feeling a sense of looking at your loans, your investments, your money in general for the future, and organizing it through the Virgo, making lists and checking it off and all that stuff, right? And talking to your financial advisors and all that stuff. Okay, Leo? Virgo rising, those with their moons in Virgo. Well, this is your new moon in Virgo. Very much a new beginning for you, Virgo, in your looks, in your relationships, in your path. You're having a lot of changes of heart, changing your mind quite a bit, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. You're just trying to find the best thing for you, Virgo. And some of it has to do with the authority. So now this can mean the authority figures in your life. So you're in the first house of the self. So this reminds me, my body is my temple. So this can be a lot about your physical self and health-wise and all that stuff, I'm thinking. But this can be the authority figures in life. Are you becoming your own authority? This can have a lot to do with your work or government or justice, something to do with the tax man, right? You know, that kind of feeling as well. Something authoritative in your life that you're dealing with, Virgo, as well. Could be, but this is a lot about you becoming more. This is your time to shine. Virgo season's just around the corner in a few days, and this Virgo new moon, everything's new, fresh, and this is a fresh in your business, fresh starts in your business, organizing your business better, fresh starts in your career, organizing your career, and being more of an authoritative yourself over your life. And so capturing the Virgo essence of purifying things, of organizing things, and that'll be good for you, Virgo, indeed. All right. Libra rising, those with their moons in Libra. This new moon in Virgo, and then it's leading into eclipse season where there will be more of this kind of energy. Okay, Libra, this is your 12th house of rest, relaxation, and you just need to retreat. You got to retreat from the drama. You got to retreat from things that make you feel bad and mental stuff that makes you feel bad. This is good to go on a retreat or to host a retreat, Libra, if you're a spiritual advisor, for example, or whatever. But like getting away and just being at one with nature and being away from the media and all the bad news, per se, Libra. All sorts of stuff like that. See, you will be, it'll be your time to shine at the end of September into October when Libra season happens. So this is a rest, like a racehorse resting until it's your time, right? So self-care is very important. Rest, relaxation, napping lots, whatever. Getting away from toxic people, toxic foods, anything toxic, very Virgo-ish too, but because you're in the 12th house, you need to work on the mental health, the mental stress, and keep that right and go. And this is a very spiritual time too in the 12th house too. You might be like getting more dreams, more downloads, maybe seeing ghosts, I don't know, right? But they could be anything like that that's spiritual or supernatural, things like that too. Or just very more intuitive, like you just know who's calling or whatever, stuff like that too. So it's just, my main message is to just chill and relax and do relaxing things, okay? Non-stress, be zen, right? Okay, let's pull some cards for you, Libra. Let's be zen in that 12th house. Okay, we got the public card, but it's also called the garden. This is the garden card. It does have to do often with the public, but in some cases it can mean your garden, okay? Meaning that being outdoors, being with nature, and things like that. This can also mean to be in public spaces, maybe have rest and relaxation, like go for a coffee with your friend that you haven't seen in a long time, that gives you good vibes. It's it's to me like the relaxing coffee outside, al fresca, public places where there's lots of the flowers and the beauty, right? Because Libra, Venus rules you, and Venus loves beauty. You're probably very good with your flowers, Libra. You're probably very good at growing things and making your house look beautiful. People are always like, wow, your house is so pretty, you're so beautiful, this is so beautiful, right, Libra? You're used to that, having you like pretty things. Things to look nice. And so it could be just a case of getting back into nature, and also maybe going to art museums or theater, or something where you're watching beauty in some way, like, maybe it's a performance, something like that, Libra, as you're resting and relaxing and becoming a little more spiritual. Could be too, you're meeting more spiritual friends and being more zen with those spiritual friends too, Libra. All right, Scorpio rising, and those with their moons in Scorpio. This is all about the people. You're having new associations, new friends, new networks, new people you surround yourself with, Scorpio, with the 11th house. But this is also new beginnings in organizing what is your hopes and dreams now. Maybe it's time to make a mood board, or whatever we call those, vision boards, or something like that. Maybe journaling your hopes, wishes, and dreams for the future. And for some of you, it's new co-workers, because maybe you've gotten a new job recently and now you're starting to see benefits. You're seeing the money come in, or maybe you're just done your 3 months. When you get a new job and you have to work 3 months before you get the benefits, could be something like that too. The 11th house can trickle in money from the 10th house of career. In any case, this is all about the people, though, mostly new groups, new associations, and you want to be with those high vibe people that are like-minded like you, right, Scorpio? So there's some changes there with the people that surround you. All right, let's see, Scorpio, for this new moon in Virgo, what kind of cards are for you? And we've got communication. Yeah, see people talking. Sometimes this can mean a gossip card, though. Just be careful with the birds. We don't want to get into too much gossip. Silence is golden, my mom always says. So we have to be careful what we talk about, maybe. But communication and networking can mean this card too. And you're in the 11th house of the people, so this could be a really great new beginning time for you, Scorpio, to interact with these new people that are high vibe, that can help you in some way, that can open doors for you and just lead to a better life. So make sure you communicate. That's a good thing to do. All right, Sagittarius rising, those with their moons in Sag. This is all about your career. You got a new beginning, Sagittarius, in your business, your career, your reputation, your legacy that you leave behind. And if you're retired, you don't have a career anymore, that's what I mean, like the mark you make on the world, the legacy that you live. What will you be remembered for when you pass on, right? That kind of thing. Lots of people are looking up at you, Sag, as in you're at the top of the chart, and they're like, what's Sagittarius going to do next? And I want to listen, and I want to know what they're doing, and I kind of want to follow that. And you're more popular at work. You're able to get a promotion. In your business, you should get out there more, because you have a good reputation right now, Sag. So that looks good. It's a very good time to find work, find a new career if that's what you're interested in. Good time to get a promotion or to get accolades and rewards from your work, Sagittarius. So for some of you, there can be some new beginnings. Maybe you got laid off and it felt bad, but it leads to a way better job. That's happened to me before, Sag. So I know that can be true. So new beginnings somehow in the career and business and your reputation and things like that. So go for it. I mean, Jupiter runs you, and Jupiter's the good luck, benevolent planet, holly jolly Jupiter. So, you're usually a lucky person, Sag. So use this in your career, and you'll be very lucky indeed. Look, a gift is coming to you, the bouquet. That looks nice indeed. Bouquet, gift, happiness, joy in your career, joy in that kind of stuff. So that looks good. Focus on that. Capricorn rising, those with their moons in Capricorn. Well, this new moon is new horizons. You're getting new belief systems. You've been learning a lot of new things, Capricorn, really random things. Ninth house is always we learn something and we expand our mind through learning or travel. So I'm seeing you, Capricorn, be doing a lot of traveling. Some of you maybe relocation, and some of you it's about maybe going back to school to get your master's, doctorate, anything like that. Or you're teaching a course or some kind of program. If you own your own business in the spiritual land, it's a good time, Capricorn, to publish something, like publish a new signature program or course. Or when it was in my ninth house, we published cards, right? We published our Oracle and Lenormand cards. Publishing, that's a good thing. Writing the book. And just something can happen for you unexpectedly that changes your belief systems. Like suddenly maybe you learn about flat earth and you become a flat earther. I'm just putting whatever, this is random, but I'm just saying something changes those belief systems. I've seen sometimes with people, ninth house activations, especially September and eclipse season, because remember this is a prelude to the future of September. People have gone like getting out of a religious environment that they didn't like anymore. Like I'm no longer a Jehovah's Witness, for example. Someone told me I've changed my religion, or I'm interested in Catholicism now. I want to be a Catholic, or I want to go to Tibet and learn more about Buddhism or Taoism or whatever, that kind of thing. Religious beliefs can change, philosophy changes, things like that, and also quite an expansion to beyond the pond, like new cultures, new foreign people in your life that are totally different upbringing than you, totally different country than you, and you could become more friends with more of those kind of people as well. So foreign affairs, culture, that kind of stuff can happen for you, Capricorn, right now too. So kind of exciting. I like the ninth house. It's kind of a lucky house. It's interesting because it's life experience that gets bigger and new things are in the horizon for you, right? It's just cool, Capricorn. So that's exciting. Okay, let's say for you. Oh, and there is new stuff with your work as well with the Fox card. Something to do with your work. Maybe some of you are expanding into owning your own business or expanding your business into other countries now and something like that. Maybe using technology in your favor to make the world a smaller place in some way. But look, they got the new too, the child, and we definitely have this is a new moon, new beginnings at 0 degrees, new journey, new path, very new. And for some of you, it is a new career or a new life change in some way. And we'll see. I'm getting the word retirement too. Some of you Capricorns watching today are soon starting retirement, and that's exciting, or planning for it, coming around the corner. Come see me for a reading and we'll talk about what you can do after retirement. All right, Aquarius rising, those with their moons in Aquarius, just like me. I'm an Aquarius sun. This is in our 8th house. And so new beginnings in our other money. And right now I'm literally working on reallocating my cryptocurrency and my stocks and stuff into safer places. You can watch my extended video, Aquarius. You'll be very interested in watching that. I'll leave a link in the description, okay, for that. You just have to become a member. I think it's like $3 or something for it. I can't remember. And so Aquarius, 8th house is transformative as well. There is still some big transformation coming. You're kind of a new Aquarius. You've gone through different shifts in your personality, in what you want in life, your desires, and you've tried a bunch of things maybe, or you're trying new things. For some of you, the 8th house is not great. It sucks. My son, I'm born, my son is in Aquarius. Aquarius sun in the 8th house. So I'm used to 8th house stuff, right? 8th house also has ghosts in it, supernatural, the occult, astrology, all that kind of divination stuff. And so you might be just more interested in that now, or just really good at it and really intuitive. That can happen in the 8th house, activations right now too. But a lot of it is with our other money, our spouse, our joint finances, things with spouse or an ex-spouse, things like that can happen as well. New beginnings there. And because Uranus is involved with this new moon, you just never know. There can be unexpected change. So just remember to roll with the punches and do your best that you can to work on your finances, okay? Aquarius, you're on the finance line just like Leo is. You and Leo, same line. Money, working on that. Worth, value, transformation on a deeper level too, and all maybe some money wounds and all that kind of stuff, right? That we want to work on. Come see me for a reading. I'll help you all with the money, okay, Aquarius? 8th house. Okay, let's pull some cards for you, Aquarius, and say what's up. Oh, the train's going off for us. I hear it. Another time. I got this like 3 times already. Clock time. Okay, time keeps on ticking into the future. All right, Aquarius, 8th house transformation, and we got cutting the scythe. This is a lot about I'm thinking that, what is a time waster? Let's cut that out. Let's cut that out. That's going to help our 8th house. How can we become more efficient in our finances, in our money, in the transformation? By cutting out erroneous things, Aquarius. By cutting out unnecessary things. By cutting out toxins and getting rid of, and this is very Virgo energy, the scythe cutting, like cutting the hay, harvesting, and then you can see the future, and you can see, and it could be because the time card is here. It's like, what's the time waster? Are you wasting your time on this and this and this? And it could be going through all our budget too, the 8th house. What are we putting our money? And also it could be about talking about, let's stop trading hours, time exact for money, and making more packages, and making like thinking of money in a different way where it's not by the hour, right? And starting to see money in a whole different way. I think that this is a big transformation right there in finances for us, Aquarius. But it starts with our inner transformation, our inner belief, and reflecting on that. Okay? Come see me for a reading. Pisces rising, those with their moons in Pisces. So this energy is in your 7th house of the one-on-ones, contracts, commitments. You're getting a new commitment or a contract, Pisces, in something, okay? You might be writing your name on the dotted line in some way. This might be a new career, new job here. Really assessing partnerships as well. The one-on-ones, right? The one-on-one stuff, the contracts. And look, there's changes. So there's the stork means changes, but usually it's a good change. Sometimes we have to let go and use that Virgo energy as a new book, the new fresh energy here to let go and transform. The stork is change but promotional. The stork usually too migrates back home to where it felt comfortable before, and so it could be a reflection right now because a lot of things are in retrograde. Reflection, review, retrograde, the words, right? Like we're thinking, I think, Pisces, a lot about our old connections, our old like who we used to be, and maybe we've changed over time, and do we like the new us that has changed, and or could we make better choices now, or maybe we want to make some new choices here and transform like the stork and fly high like the stork, that kind of feeling as well, Pisces. Okay, all right, so this is a time for assessing, Pisces, the really contracts and commitments that we have in our life, whatever that means to you. Assessing, do we like that? Do we need that? Is this still viable? Is this still good? Right? And this, like I said, this can be like people, like business partnerships or spousal relationships, and this can also be any kind of contract or commitment. Do I still need my satellite arrangement? Do I still need this vehicle arrangement, or do I need a new one? Or where I sign on the dotted line, do I still need this contract, this thing? Do I still like this job, career? All that is being up for review right now, and there can be some unexpected changes in that, but it looks good. I mean, the stork cards means flying high, and it's good changes, okay? And sometimes these changes might not feel great at the beginning. It can feel stressful, some of the changes. I totally get that, but in the end, it all works out, okay? And in fact, at the bottom of our cards, just wanted to reiterate, everything always works out for me. Okay, just a reminder. And then there's a chakra chart that's on both decks. So for my final thing, our final notes for this new moon in Virgo, Spirit, we'd like to know for everybody what just the main ideas we can have here for the new moon in Virgo, which kind of leads us into the Virgo season, and then an eclipse season in September. That's gonna be crazy. Stay tuned for those videos. But Spirit, can you help us with this new moon in Virgo? Any messages, any final messages that we need to know? And it is, I forgive the past. Number 37, 3 plus 7 equals 10, 1 plus 0 equals 1. New beginning, new moon. Okay, and I told you there was lots of zeros and ones in the chart. So look, we are validated by spirit. I forgive the past. All right. This is time to let go, forgive, and forgive yourself. You know, if you can't think of anyone to forgive, just forgive yourself. Okay. And it's not because you condone the behavior. It's just to get it off your field, off your chest. You could write a letter and burn it under the next full moon, which, by the way, will happen on September 7th. So you could get your letter ready, and then on September 7th, you can burn it under the full moon in Pisces, lunar eclipse, September 7th. Okay, you can get ready for that. Or, you know, just do whatever you want. Do your own ritual. Do your own thing. I forgive the past. All right? And that makes it off of your auric field, out there. It's off. No more weight on you about that. Oh, don't your shoulders feel nicer already? And work on that heart chakra. Green, pink, anything green, anything pink. You know, look up heart chakra on Google there or ChatGPT and ask for recommendations. I forgive the past. All right, there's our reading for the new moon in Virgo. I hope you enjoyed that. Don't forget to watch my extended video on cryptocurrency predictions and the stock market predictions for this Virgo new moon and into eclipse season. All right, and I'm Trina, your intuitive guide with a chakra vibe, helping you navigate life's energies. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.